Hi guys, happy Teen G Tuesday. I know it's not Tuesday. I wanted to put out a little kind of bonus video this week. There is some craziness going on right now in the world, and I just kind of wanted to address some things and give you guys some tips and kind of tell you what is happening in my life right now. So all Disney parks in the world are closed right now because of the virus, and a Disney Cruise Line as of last night. So yesterday when I came home from school, things were kind of unfolding a little more than normal. I think panic kind of set in yesterday. Today's Friday the 13th. Yesterday I think things kind of started to get like worse here in the States, at least for the first time. Obviously there were, you know, precautionary things going on before this, but yesterday I think it really hit all at once. So all parks did close yesterday afternoon. Disneyland closed, and then shortly after Disney World and Disney Cruise Line also closed. So they said that they will be closing until the end of the month, so about 2 weeks. Workers are all going to be paid, which is great, which is really exciting, because obviously yesterday I was like on the phone with my friends in Disneyland, on the phone with my friend in Disney World, like on my phone with my friend with Cruise Line, like texting with my friends from the island. So things have been a little out of sorts. And I know that it can feel like super scary right now, and a lot is happening all at once. And for me, at least yesterday, I started vlogging. I picked up my camera like as soon as like things started happening. I'll insert that footage in like just a minute, but if you want, I can explain first. I do have a trip booked to Tokyo Disneyland next month, and this obviously has been my dream trip for years and years and years, and it's been something that I've been wanting to do forever. And earlier in the year, in January, we booked Tokyo, and I've like literally never been more excited, because this has always been a trip that was almost going to happen. Always, like every year, it's like almost gonna happen, this person bails out, almost gonna happen, I end up not going. But like we bought tickets and like it's done, and I have my hotel booked at Tokyo Disneyland. And unfortunately yesterday I did have to cancel the booking for the hotel. Our flights are still booked. We're hoping that something good is going to come out of this, but it's looking pretty bleak. Good morning everybody, happy Teen G Tuesday. It is not a happy Tuesday for me. So I just woke up. It is, what day is it? March 12th. And last night things started getting like a little crazy with you know, the news and everything about the virus. And up until this point I haven't been worried about anything, and I'm still not worried about anything in particular, but I have some very exciting travel plans. So basically in like 45 days I am booked to go to Tokyo Disney. And I'm stressed because I think I'm definitely gonna have to cancel the hotel, because yesterday they just announced that Tokyo Disney and Tokyo Disney Sea are closed. So they were closed first. They closed Shanghai obviously first, and then they closed Hong Kong. And they've been closed, and they're closed like indefinitely. They don't have an end date to when they're gonna open again. But Tokyo closed for about 2 weeks. They were supposed to reopen on March 15th, and yesterday on March 11th I saw online that they're continuing the closure until early April. So our trip is April 22nd. I don't know if I'm being negative about it, or I don't know if I'm being realistic about it, but I don't think that the park's gonna be open by April 22nd. And like, it is heart-shattering to me, because you know, last year, I don't know if I talked about this on YouTube, but I was supposed to go in January to Tokyo with my brother Joey. We got in a fight prior to, and I didn't go, and he went by himself. He like did Tokyo Disney alone. I didn't regret it, because I think that we would have just fought a lot while we were there, but like Tokyo Disney's been something that I've been trying to do for a long time, and like finally everything was booked. Like the hotel was booked, the flights were booked, like things were in motion. Like we have spreadsheets. I was going for 10 days to Tokyo. Like I told all my teachers already I wasn't gonna be in school, like everything. I think this is gonna kill my dream, which is terrible, something that it was very important to me this year was that I didn't go on a lot of little trips, because I really want to focus on school, and I really want to, you know, make sure that I'm like doing my best like academically and with YouTube and everything. Like I want to make sure I'm really focusing in on what I want to focus in on. So I booked Tokyo and I booked Europe for this year. Like that's it. And I say that's it like it's nothing, but I'm saying like I'm not taking any small trips. And now like people are like, oh, you know, watch your Europe trip. And I'm like, oh my God, it's in July. You'd really think like things aren't going to change by then? So I don't know. I just wanted to start this vlog to kind of like keep you updated on what's going on. I think I'm just going to go ahead and cancel the hotel for Tokyo Disneyland. At least that way I can get my money back in case we can't go. And then if we can go, then I can just rebook maybe closer or once we get there. And I know it's like, woe is me, because like people have it way worse, but I've always been a firm believer that just because people have it worse doesn't mean like you can't feel bad about your situation. So of course, like my heart goes out to everybody that's being affected by this, and like I can't even imagine. It's really terrible, but I'm also very sad about my trip, so I'll keep you guys updated on what goes on. But that's what's happening right now, so wish everybody luck. We're all in this together, at least, right? Bye. I was so heartbroken, but then I had to stop being so selfish and think of everybody that's going through the same exact thing that I am right now. I even know girls that were supposed to go to Tokyo Disneyland this month who can't go. I mean, there are people everywhere. My cousins were going to Disney World for their spring break. Think of all the people that are going to Disney for their spring break. So I know it's hard on a lot of people right now. So I'm not trying to make this about me, but I did just want to tell you that I did have a trip to Tokyo Disney booked for next month, and I do not think that I will be going anymore, but that is still TBD, and it will be TBD up until the last minute because I am going to wait this out. I just want to say, if any of you are cast members, if you know cast members, stay safe. You know, do everything that you need to do in your power to stay healthy. And as much as this is terrible, I think the Walt Disney Company is really doing everything they can to make sure that everybody's safe, and I think it is a good move. That being said, a lot of other things have been shutting down. Obviously this week Disney isn't the biggest thing, but of course it's something that I cover a lot on my channel, so I just wanted to mention that. For me, my school has been shut down, my college, so today is our last day of school. I have one class this morning, and then after that we are closed indefinitely. We're not sure when we will be opening up again. And I know even saying that, it feels very like post-apocalyptic. It feels very like, oh, like very anxiety inducing, and I want to make sure like that this video is not that. I don't want people to feel anxious when you come to my channel. Like I want this to be a place where you guys can come during the lockdown, during everything that's going on, and watch my videos. I will be posting more often throughout, because obviously I won't be going to school. I will be doing e-learning, so all of my school will be happening on the computer, so I will still be doing school. And of course, all of this that I am saying also comes from a place of privilege. I am very lucky that I can work from home, I can work online, and I could still get paid. I know there are a lot of people who are not so fortunate, and my heart goes out to you, and I hope that the world is kind and that you can get through this time. But I have been fortunate enough that everything will be accessible to me from home, and I know a lot of other people it's going to be the same case. So I hope that if you're working somewhere that's letting you take some time off and paying you for it, I hope that you get a really nice break. And that's kind of what I wanted to talk about in this video. Just some things to keep your mind off of the stress. I know, like, even being on social media the last 2 days, I can't watch the news, but even being on social media the last 2 days, I've been like, oh my gosh, this is a lot. And I don't think that we need that right now, because we don't need panic. We don't need negativity. I think that keeping to ourselves is obviously very important. Social distancing is very important at this time. And it's going to make things better sooner. If you look at countries like Japan, who already did social distancing, who already stopped schools, you know, nipped it in the bud right away, they're doing a lot better. So it's gonna be, I mean, they weren't ever really doing bad in the first place, but Japan is like, you know, I think almost over the hump. I am not a doctor, but I want to give just some advice to kind of get through these anxious times, and just trying to send some positivity out to you guys, some things that I'm already planning on doing, because immediately when I found out that school was canceled, I was like, oh my gosh, how am I going to get through these next however many weeks? I am very type A, so I need to know, like, when are we going back to school? When is everything going to happen? And this is kind of a time where you just have to kind of give that up and let whatever happens happen. So I have been putting together a list of things that are going to help me through this time, and I wanted to share it with you because I know a lot of you are in the same situation. Some of you are even home with kids, and I know it could be really, really hard, but you have to think on the positive. You don't have to, but it's better to think of the positive side of things and think you either have more family time or you have time to yourself. At first I was very anxious, and then I started to think about the book that I'm reading, and I'm reading Bob Iger's book right now, and I'm really loving it, but I'm only 2 chapters in, and it's been hard because of school, and now I'm thinking, okay, I can finish my book. So, you know, doing any leisure reading that you haven't been able to do, this would be a good time to do it. You know, the world is kind of going to be in a slowdown for a little bit, I think. So while everybody is, you know, not really going out, not really doing things, these are the things you can be doing for yourself to kind of calm anxieties. Of course, obviously reading is a great option, and if any of these work for you, that's great, and if they don't, you know, don't do them. But something that's huge for me is meditation, and I am very like jumbled in my head all the time, so literally the only meditation I can do is like 3 to 5 minutes, but it really does help so much, and this is like a great time to hone in on that craft. And you don't have to, I have the app Headspace, but you don't have to pay for anything to do meditation. You can literally find guided meditations on YouTube. And just taking some time to kind of like sit back and like reflect, but also just like, you know, be inside yourself and like take time to breathe, I think is what everybody kind of needs right now, is just some time to just breathe through it. And going along with that is like stretching, yoga, things that just kind of take you out of your own head and are like good for your body. This morning I went to my workout, and I really truly do feel like so much better after that. I know like running for a lot of people is a way to like get out of your own head. If you have any sort of vice through like physical movement that can get you out of your own head, I think that that's very practical right now and something that could be very, very helpful. I kept saying like during the beginning, like, I don't care if I get corona because nothing's gonna happen to me, but I didn't even think about like possibly being a carrier and giving it to somebody that I love, or anybody, giving it to anybody and having them get sick. So it is very important that we stay inside. I just Amazon Freshed yesterday a bunch of canned beans, and I think I'm gonna do a video later this week just like talking about things that you could make with canned beans. That sounds like so depressing, but honestly that's what I eat anyway, and I do love, like, you know, garbanzo beans. I made like mock vegan tuna yesterday with chickpeas. Super easy recipe, and it'll feed you for a few days. So I think it's also very important, if you have limited access to fresh fruits and vegetables or like fresh things during this time, because I know everybody's going and buying them up, that you kind of make what you can, because the number one most important thing that you need to do during this time is make sure that your immune system is like up there. And the best way to do that is to be eating a diet that's high in protein, which, you know, beans are really easy to do if you are not, if you don't eat animals, which I don't. Beans are very easy to get your protein, as well as drinking a lot of water, making sure you stay hydrated, making sure you wash your water bottles in this time, please. I know like a lot of us, I literally have used this straw for like a month and I don't wash it, and I need to wash it. I know like water bottles are just like that, so make sure you're washing your water bottles, staying hydrated, eating a lot of protein, and just keeping your worry down, because worry does weaken the immune system. So by keeping your worry down, just meditating, doing some stretching, doing some yoga. Journaling is a big one that helps for me as well. Keeping a routine during times like this, or keeping a routine always, is a great way to manage anxiety. So every night before bed I journal, just like make sure you get out all your thoughts and feelings, and then it's again just like easier to sleep. And sleep is another way to keep your immune system top notch, is making sure you get your hours of sleep. Very important. I'm gonna come up with some videos this week of like making a homemade mask, but again, just like self-care is really good during this time. Masking or taking a bath, things that you don't really have time for when you're doing your crazy hectic day to day. When it's kind of slower, these times are like you have a little bit more time. This would be a great time to do the things that you don't really have an opportunity to do all the time. So this week I'm gonna come out with some mini videos of just like a little craft to do or a little mask to make, things that can kind of help alleviate the anxiety. The other night I did go to a watercolor class at Paper Source, and it was so nice, because in times like this too, art is very helpful in just like kind of remembering the light at the end of the tunnel when the media is, you know, showing you all of these things that you don't want to see. I made this And it was such a fun experience. I went with my friends. But watercolor is such an easy thing to do at home. And again, like, I will come out with some mini videos of just how to keep yourself safe and how to keep yourself occupied during this lockdown. You guys are in my thoughts, and I hope that everybody is okay. I hope that it passes soon. I have faith that this is going to blow over quickly, but until then, we are all in this together. Take some sort of comfort in knowing that everybody's kind of going through something similar right now. So this is gonna be fine. We're all in this together. Make sure you wash your hands. Of course, I can't finish the video without saying that. Make sure you wash your hands. Make sure you're taking care of yourself and those that you love. And just stay safe. Happy Teen G Tuesday, everybody. Bye.